So I bought some new shoes from a drug dealer the other day.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I don't know what he laced them with, but I've been tripping all fucking day.
The fuck was that?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That works.
All right. Welcome to another episode of Pops On.
All right.
I don't want to even do all that, but yeah, no. Welcome to another episode of Pops On. One of your hosts, Raul, to my left.
What's up? It's Jay Alvarez.
And yeah, we're back at it. Back at it with another one. How was your week, Jay?
It was a good week, man. It was good. I finally finished getting everything moved in. I moved in with a woman I've been dating for 6 months because I am an idiot. So we just finished moving everything. Finally, getting the house set up. So everything's going well, thankfully. Kids are alive, despite my best efforts. They keep surviving, and will continue to give me a reason to drink in the morning for what seems to be like a lifetime to come. How about you? How's your week? How's your week been, Raul?
It's not bad, man. We took the kids out for the weekend, for Memorial Weekend. It was a good little time. We stayed at a nice little hotel. When we got there, we got to the room, we realized it was one of those rooms where you go in and then you have to go into your room, and the other room is on the other, like, hotel room is on the other side with a whole different family.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, kind of shit. Strike one. And then, so all I'm hearing is mad loud music. Lil Uzi Vert and all those young, because it's like 16, 17, 18-year-olds in there.
They put you next door to the bunch of orphans that got dropped off on the way to Neverland that Peter Pan got sick of.
Exactly what it sounded like. So already I'm like, oh, fuck, this is going to be a long-ass night. You think it's going to be loud as shit. Saving grace, I guess whoever they were with, their dad or uncle or whatever, came out and he was like, hey, they're making too much noise. Don't call the cops. Don't call security. Let me know. I understand they're loud and all that. And after he did that, I was cool.
You know what that is? That's a cool uncle taking his nephew out for a birthday party.
Exactly.
That's what that is.
That's what it was. And I was like, you know what? I'm cool with it.
As long as you acknowledge it, yeah. I'm good with that.
As long as you know that you're being a dick.
Because I was there too.
I'm cool with it.
I was there too. I once was that 18-year-old asshole. So I get it. As long as he comes up and says, hey, listen, I know we're being loud. I'm sorry. If it becomes a nuisance, please do me the courtesy of letting me know, like a man, which is a lost art apparently. Just let me know that it's a little loud. We'll calm it down. I appreciate you.
That's all I needed. The rest of the weekend was straight. Took the kids to Gatorland. Finally seen some alligators in real life. I was mad excited. There's no alligators in Brooklyn, guys.
Man, you know that tripped me out when I first. So I grew up in Miami. So when I moved to New York, all you hear about is the sewer gators.
It's a fucking myth. That's not true. I don't understand where that shit came from.
It tripped me out because when I moved there, I remember I was talking to this kid I used to work at a front desk in a hotel with, and I was probably there for about 4 months, and I realized I missed the news in Miami. He's like, wow. I was like, it's been a while since I heard about an alligator attacking pets in the neighborhood. Because that was a thing. Every now and then you hear about, residents in the West Kendall area of this block and this block, pay attention for small pets. There's been a couple reports of cats and dogs missing. There's a suspected alligator.
This shit's crazy.
And he was like, what the fuck happens in Miami? I was like, what, you guys don't get sewer gators? He's like, no, that's from Ninja Turtles. What are you talking about?
I'm like, what the fuck? What? No, we don't have the fuck. Get the fuck out of here with your tourist shit. But yeah, I was excited to see some alligators. My son loved every minute of it, and he couldn't get enough of it. We did that. We did Comic-Con or MegaCon in Orlando.
Oh, MegaCon, all right.
MegaCon it's different.
Yeah.
Cosplay and
it's not everybody. You only see the good cosplay on social media. You only see the good cosplay pictures getting posted. What you don't see is the dude whose mom, who's still, like 45 years old and still lives with mother, who had like 2 blankets that he put together, and that's his makeshift Deadpool costume.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're white sheets, so he just looks like a Klan member walking around MegaCon. But I mean, that's you don't see that on Facebook, but you see it all over the place at the cons. Yeah, that was an eye-opening experience. My first one.
This one was dope. We had Stanley was there. We saw the guy who plays Neville Longbottom. The cast of Stranger Things was there.
Very cool.
The biggest thing, the fucking fidget spinners. That shit was literally at every fucking table. Every table.
Yeah.
And from the time we got there, I was like, we are not buying this. We're not buying this.
How many do you own now?
3.
Yep, that happens.
3.
That's what happens.
Got a blue one, a red one, a green one. My wife wants one of those. There's a fucking.
Now your wife wants one.
There's a Batman one. So now.
You want one.
So I got a Batman one, and it's awesome.
Yeah, no, the fidget spinner. I remember I heard about those a couple years ago when they first came out because the primarily I guess created for kids with ADHD to kind of kind of focus them down. And that's cool. I like it too because when I'm sitting at my desk, I work on the phones all day, so it's nice to have something to kind of. I'm one of those I'm always scribbling or doodling or twirling something in my hand when I'm on the phone. So having that little fidget spinner at my desk now, I kind of have something I can just focus on, and I have my zen while I'm doing my job. So they're cool. But yeah, I remember a couple years ago I was like, where do you find one? Now it's just like, oh, what gas station am I buying one today from?
Exactly. Yeah. No, it's everywhere. So we all got one. So yeah, MegaCon was amazing. And then we ended at Disney Springs, and all that is a tease to get you to buy some Disney tickets. That's all that is.
Disney Springs?
Disney Springs.
I've never been there.
It's nice. They got this T-Rex restaurant that has a.
Oh, that used to be downtown Disney.
Yeah.
Yes, okay, I know exactly.
So they got the Rainforest Cafe, but now they have the T-Rex restaurant. Every 10 minutes is like a media shower, and my 4-year-old son just was trying to act cool like he wasn't scared. So I took him by the big ass T-Rex, and he was like, "No, Dad, we gotta stand here." I was like, "No, we gotta go over here with my man T." He was, "No."
Yeah, my son. I took my son there. I want to say 4 years ago, and same thing. As soon as he saw, he's like, "Papi, do we really have to eat here?"
Yeah.
I said, "Well, yeah, we got reservations and we're meeting people." He's like, "Okay." We as soon as he got the chicken nuggets in front of him, he didn't care that as long as the T-Rex wasn't eating his chicken nuggets, he didn't give a damn.
He would afford that.
He was like, "Yeah, whatever. It's an angry Barney." Nom, 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 nom. Just nuggets and fries. That's all he cared about at that point.
Yeah, no, it was a nice little experience. Like I said, it's just a tease. So of course now we're gonna go to Epcot.
Hey, you annual pass holders yet?
No, fuck that. No, dude. $1,500 just for me.
Man, I remember when Disney used to cost $60. And I know people who remember when it was even cheaper than that. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's how you can tell what generation you grew up in. Hey, how old are you? Oh, I'm old. Yeah, you're old. Huh? How much were Disney tickets when you were a kid? Oh, $60? You ain't that old. How old? My dad was like, I remember when I first came to Disney, it was $20.
$40.
I was like, $20 for Disney?
$20 for Disney?
I was like, did the rides work? What did you get for $20? That's when they were walking around with their heads off, right?
It was like Coney Island back then.
It's the same dude that's Mickey Mouse in Times Square is also Mickey Mouse at Disney.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, so yeah, Epcot is the next move now.
You gonna take the kids to Epcot?
Oh, my kids are nerds, B.
Oh, I was about to say, because you take your kids to Epcot when you never want to take them to Disney again.
Bro, listen. My kids are nerds. They like all the same comic book stuff and scientific stuff, and I want to go to this like a around the world thing. That's what I'm going for.
Oh yeah, the brew tour around the world. Because what it is, every country that you have around there, they have beers from that country.
Yes.
So that's why I was like, that's a 21 and up trip. Because to me, the only way you can get me excited about Epcot is the fact that I'm going to get drunk while I'm there. Because outside of that, Epcot, when I was a kid, was the most boring place on earth.
Nah, I loved it.
It is for the most part, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Nah, I loved it.
Yeah, see, Marcel has spoken.
That's Marcel, guys, if you didn't know.
Yo, what's up?
But yeah, man, my kids are nerds, so we straight on that. There's some kind of science shit,
okay,
and some space center shit. My daughter likes art. We're gonna see some shit being drawn. Hey, man. We good.
That's good. The only thing I liked about Epcot, I remember as a kid, was you had, at the time, it was Michael Jackson's Neo. I can't remember what it was, but it was some crazy 4D experience movie theater. And then when you walked out of it, there was this little water garden where it was like the water would like float up, and you could catch it, and then the drops would come faster. It's just a little splash park. That's all it is.
Oh, okay.
And that's all I wanted at Epcot. I think it was like this little innovation center where you could like play instruments and
I think still
weird
got that.
drums. Yeah, it was like something out of Avatar. You could play like weird looking drums and everything. I don't want anything to do. I'm like, when are we going back to Space Mountain? Like, that's all I wanted. Like, why are we here? This place sucks. Why did you bring us here? You could have left us in the hotel room.
Nah, man. They're excited about it. I'm excited about it, so I'm ready.
All right. You got anything planned for Father's Day?
I don't know what my kids have planned. They always get some good stuff. Last year I got Batman swimming trunks, and it's my favorite swimming trunks of all time. The funny thing is, my dad first of all, my dad is one of the hardest working men I've ever met in my life. So I've never seen him sit down except for Father's Day. Father's Day, we had to work for him. So we had to cook him dinner. We had to iron his clothes. I think one of my sisters was massaging his feet. We had to get up and change. Like, we did whatever he wanted.
So it was Mother's Day, but for Father's. Because typically that's not how it goes. Normally Father's Day is, Dad's going to wake up early. Dad's going to make breakfast for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Then Dad's going to get on the grill and Dad's going to cook lunch for everybody. And everybody else is just going to be ungrateful as shit and give you a crappy little necktie later on in the afternoon. That's Father's Day.
Nah, bro. Nah, my dad just wanted us. That was his day to rest. That day and his birthday, he didn't do shit. And we gave it to him.
See, I was raised Jehovah's Witnesses, so birthdays don't exist for us.
I'm so sorry for you.
It's cool. I'm pretty like my dad is a Jehovah's Witness. It was my stepmother, that is. And my father was one of those like, all right, you believe whatever you want to believe in, but I'm giving my kids Christmas. So we had Christmas. But as far as birthday goes, my dad had 7 kids. I'm pretty sure he married a Jehovah's Witness just for the financial benefit. That's a year's worth of 7 birthdays that he just got out of, and he can claim God. You know what I mean? Like, that's genius when you're a kid. Like, my dad's also the same man who told us the ice cream truck played music when they were out. My dad's nickname is Evil Genius.
Nice. Yeah, now what you got planned for that day?
Father's Day, I really don't know. Like my son lives in Fort Myers, so we'll probably Skype at some point. We'll talk some trash to each other about football, and he'll go back to resenting me. And now he doesn't resent me. I got about 2 years left. He's 11, so I've got 2 years before the resentment starts. We'll probably just Skype for a little while. I don't know if my girlfriend has anything planned. I hope not. Just because it's not a big deal for me. It's Sunday, but I mean, I'll take what comes.
Yeah. Why not? That's good. Let's get into this real quick.
Let's get into some topics.
You want to talk about DC and their wonderful universe? What's happening over there now?
DC's been having some movement. This is a little bit of late news, just because we wanted to let it digest. But yeah, apparently Zack Snyder is dealing with some pretty heavy family stuff. We won't go into it, but condolences out to the Snyder family, obviously, because what he's dealing with as a father right now is ridiculous.
Absolutely.
So he's stepping down to do what he has to do to make sure him and his family are okay, which is fantastic, which is good. Joss Whedon is coming in, and he's going to be directing the post-production shoots.
Yeah.
And he's going to be directing the editing process for Justice League. So that's pretty big. Joss Whedon was just announced that he was going to be involved with DC with the Batgirl movie.
Right.
So those that pay attention know Joss Whedon is responsible for giving us the Avengers. Both Avengers 1 and Avengers Age of Ultron. Was really heavy in getting the direction and what we now know as the MCU in place. Right. So to see that he's going to be stepping in with the DCEU, which has needed help, because Snyder so far has been helming that ship. And, I am one of the people who did like Man of Steel, but Zack Snyder's direction was not one of the things I liked about it. And you had Batman versus Superman come out. That wasn't great. It's even though I'm not exactly a fan of what Snyder's been doing, it does hurt a little bit to see him walk away, but it does make me feel better to see Joss Whedon come in, who has experience with this, who helped get this off the ground, or something very similar to this off the ground. I'm just, my curiosity is how much do you think he's going to make a difference in this?
I mean, it's just reshoots at this point. Reshoots and edit. He can make some work. He can make something work. From what I'm seeing so far with the trailers for Justice League, I like what I'm seeing. I'm still holding out judgment. Aquaman is probably the main reason why I want to see this movie.
Yes,
to be honest
I'd
with you.
love to see Khal Drogo with the spear.
Yeah, like it looks amazing so far with just his input. So we just have to see, and whatever Joss Whedon comes up with, he hasn't done anything wrong for me. I liked Age of Ultron despite everybody else. Avengers is a classic instantly. So we just have to see. Give it the time. We got until November.
Yeah, with November they say. See, what the only thing that trips me up is that you have one statement saying that they're going to be going through significant reshoots, like substantial reshoots. I'm like, okay, are they changing the whole tone of the movie? But then these Warner Brothers is coming out and saying that Whedon is only going off of the direction that Snyder already has in place. He's not going to change anything. He's not going to shift anything. So were these reshoots? I mean, reshoots are reshoots, and they happen in every movie. So there's nothing I'm worried about. But when you start using the word substantial and significant, why so substantial? Why so significant? And why with a different director? If they're that substantial and that significant, I mean, I know Snyder's got to step away, and that's fine. But I mean, is Whedon really just going to follow suit with this?
I think so. From what I'm reading and what I'm researching, DC is seemingly taking a step back, taking a look at what they already have, and working with that, putting their everything into that. So they were putting everything into Wonder Woman. They're going to put everything into the Justice League and focus on that. Nothing past Aquaman is what's being worked on. So we can not necessarily forget, but we're going to put everything else on hold. Let's just focus on this and making this great.
Which is good because DC's needed to do that for a while. Like Batman vs. Superman, nobody was happy. I mean, very few people were happy with. Suicide Squad, I don't even want to. I try to forget that Suicide Squad is part of the DCEU. I really do try to push that out of my memory. Man of Steel, I liked it, but I know it was pretty heavily divided.
Yeah.
DCEU finally got a win though.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, there was some downs for me, but for the most part, wow.
I liked it.
I didn't know DC had that in them.
Yeah, I liked it. You know what I liked about it the most? Probably it didn't set anything else up. You dig what I'm saying? It was this was coming next. Oh, look at this character. It was Wonder Woman focused heavily. The only thing in the beginning was, I guess, spoiler, was the Bruce Wayne Enterprises truck that brought her the information.
Yeah,
that was it.
Yeah, they set up the chronology that you're seeing. What you're seeing on her in present day is after Batman v Superman.
Right.
Aside from that, the whole movie, and again, this is spoiler alerts. Sidebar here. We're talking about this movie 2 weeks after it came out with the idea that you've seen it by now if you're planning to. At this point, if you haven't planned on seeing it, you weren't planning on seeing it in the first place, go fuck yourself. But for the most, all intents and purposes, massive spoiler alerts right now.
Right.
The whole movie takes place as a flashback.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, like, how are you going to set that up? We already know what happens. Like, how are you going to start a movie off in the past and then end it when we already know that she's going to link up and then this is going to happen? And they did it as a flashback. Like, oh, okay, so we do know. Like, it's taking place in present day. She's just having a memory.
Right.
So perfect. As far as the narrative goes, that's the best way you could tell that story. Exactly. And it worked.
Yeah, no, so it took place in World War I.
Which is a time period you don't see a lot of movies happening in. Everybody wants to do World War II because it's sexier. You know what I mean? It's like in America. You always see Civil War. Every movie's always about the Civil War. You never see anything about the Revolution. No. Because the Civil War's sexy. And that's really, it's a weird word to use, but that's absolutely what it is. It's easier. It's something that people, I guess it's more visceral. We're still kind of dealing with a lot of the same civil rights and everything that Civil War was going through. Same thing with World War II. There's still a lot of, anti-Semitism that people are still trying to work through. So you never see World War I movies.
True. And
so that was cool. You were seeing the Germans and there's no Hitler.
Yeah.
Hey, I didn't even know I didn't think Hollywood was allowed to do that.
Yeah, no, that definitely was different for them. What did you think about her acting?
So Gal Gadot has, and I don't know if it's Gal Gadot or Gal Gadot. This is America. I say Illinois, Arkansas, and I say Gal Gadot. Yeah. Her acting wasn't the greatest, and it stuck. It was pretty evident to me. It was good. Don't get me wrong. She was good in the movie. She's one of those that everything I see her in, she is getting better and better and better. But when you got her in scenes with Robin Wright, who is phenomenal in House of Cards, I didn't even realize was Princess Buttercup in The Princess Bride.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. She's the one. Totally threw me off for a loop when I realized that.
That's crazy.
But she's going up in scenes against Robin Wright. She's going up against Chris Pine, who maybe not be the actor on everybody's mind, but he's a phenomenal actor. You can tell that they're acting in circles around her. You know what I mean? Like in the scenes where there's any heavy emotion or any heavy dialogue, they're the ones carrying it. Now, what did strike me out when I heard about it was the conversation they had on the boat. That funny conversation about I'll sleep with you. That was ad-libbed. That was not written.
It seemed like it wasn't part. I'm not gonna lie. Some of the scenes seemed like they just was adding that in for some more funny. It worked. It didn't take me out of the movie. But I that whole boat scene, I was like, that definitely was added in. This doesn't look.
But the fact that it was good. It was a good back and forth between the two of them. And the fact that was ad-lib, meaning that was all her. You know what I mean? There wasn't any writing. There wasn't any direction. The direction was, you two, just go back and forth.
Yeah, just do it.
Here's the idea. Go with it. And it takes some chops to be able to do that. There's a lot of talent when you're able to do that and have it work. So the fact that was a thing, I'm feeling better about Gal Gadot. You could still see, like I said, there were still scenes where you'd expect her to be a little more emotional. You'd expect her to convey emotion a little more, and it's just kind of looking at a wet blanket a little bit, while the other actors are just. And it's written like that too, because I noticed in those scenes, the other ones are doing more of the talking, whereas she's just kind of reacting while everybody else is giving a narrative, or everybody else is kind of leading the conversation. She's just kind of there, and she'll contribute a little, a couple of words here and there. But she's not the main focus on the acting. Now, the physical part of the character, holy shit, did she nail it? Yeah,
she hit that definitely. The action, I guess it's called the No Man's Land scene when she's leading the charge to get them through. She did that with the with the action. She with the shield, the sword, and she was definitely murdering them out. And when they realized, I was like, She's going, go. It was phenomenal to me. And I hear that's based off of some kind of a legend to where soldiers thought they saw a woman in like armor leading the charge for when they were trying to storm that area. Again, we never heard this because we never hear about the World War I story.
Oh wait, that's a real legend?
It's like a legend, like a myth.
Oh wow,
yeah.
I didn't know that.
That when I heard that, I was like, wow, that's dope that they input that into the movie.
Oh, that's awesome.
So seeing that and then hearing about that legend, which you definitely want to look into, that it's something for real.
Conspiracy theories, folks. Was Wonder Woman a movie or was it a time travel documentary?
that whole part of it, her physicality in the role was definitely good. I didn't need her to be buff. I didn't need her to have a bunch of. I don't want to see that. She was perfect for the role. Physically.
She was. Everybody was getting. I know some people were up in arms because of her chest size. I was like, listen, man, Dolly Parton is not running around punching people, kicking and doing backflips and all kinds of crazy shit with her double D's. It's not happening. All right, you got to think about the practicality of body composition here.
Exactly. What would you say took you out of the movie a little bit?
My biggest thing with that movie was the CGI. The CGI in that seemed unfinished in some parts. You could tell when it was CGI because they were moving way too fast. You know what I mean? And even though I get that she's a god, so she can move around a lot faster, it still it looked like it wasn't cleaned up as best as it could. And that one scene, that last fight scene where she's got the lasso out and she's doing rhythmic gymnastics, what the fuck? I mean, come on. It looked like they would. It looked like Adam Sandler was in charge of the CGI direction.
Oh my god!
It was just campy and crappy, and I was like, why is this happening? Why? I wasn't mad that she was doing it. I wasn't mad that she was using the lasso. I'm just mad at how it looked, because it looked like something. It looked like something a film student did. It just like because you had Captain America, you got all these other MCU movies that are incorporating. You made Superman fly. You don't even have to go to Marvel. It's in the DCEUs. They got Superman flying, and it doesn't look that bad. Like it just looked like they just didn't spend a lot of time finishing out the CGI on it. So that's what took me out more than anything. Aside from that, I thought the movie was pretty spot on.
Yeah, no, I took the kids to see it. My daughters and my son. My son has been trying to see this movie since he saw the poster. Right.
Okay.
So I'm like, all right, we're gonna go see it. Let's go. We get there. He's like, oh, this is great. This is great. This is great. Falls asleep halfway through.
Yep.
I was like, the fuck? Dude, lucky I don't pay for you for this shit. I was so mad. But I liked it overall. Without spoiling anything, what did you think about the villain?
I kind of saw it coming, but I like the twist. I like that they didn't make it obvious. But yeah, I like the way it played out because it lets you know the way they set it up. It lets you know that there is a bigger, kind of like the MCU's cosmic universe. It sets that up right off the bat. Right. So that was pretty cool.
That's dope. That's definitely dope. Well, yep. Again, DC got a winner with Wonder Woman. I liked it. Jay liked it. You guys let us know what you think in the comment section below.
Yep. What else do we have? Shifting from DC to MCU now. We just had some big stuff drop Friday with the Black Panther poster and trailer coming out.
Yeah.
Which has been anticipated since they announced Phase 3. Yeah. And they had did you see the video of the announcement?
Yes.
Yeah, and they brought Chad Boseman up.
Yeah.
And like he's playing Black Panther. We got a glimpse of him in Civil War, which was phenomenal.
Absolutely.
And now he's getting a standalone movie. And we got the first poster and trailer. What did you think about him?
The poster I didn't like. The poster, I know everything is Photoshop, but this looked like bad Photoshop.
This poster looked like the people who did the CGI for Wonder Woman did the picture. That's what it looked like. It was just unfinished, and it just how are you delivering this as a finished product? Yeah, they're like, oh well, they had a CGI him on in the costume. He's wearing the costume on set. Take a picture of him sitting on a chair.
I don't know, and that's a lot of their posters have MCU. I haven't really liked them. It's been over Photoshop. Too many characters on the poster, not positioned well. When I see some posters, I'm thinking it's a fan made poster. It was real, and I was like, I wasn't digging the poster at all. However, the trailer, phenomenal.
That trailer was so good.
It showed exactly what it needed to show without giving away any kind of story points, plot points, anything like that.
Well, in fact, we should point out that it was a teaser as opposed to an actual trailer. It was just a teaser to let you know, like, hey, this is coming out. So yeah, with the teasers, you're not expecting to see any plot points or any kind of thing. You just want, these are the characters. This is where it is.
I don't know, man. That shit felt like a full-fledged trailer to me. But yeah, you're right. It was built as a teaser, so we can go at it like that. What I liked about this movie, this thing happening, period. The all-star black cast. You got Forrest Whitaker, Angela Bassett's fine ass, Lupita Nyong'o. Hope I said that right. Michael B. Jordan. You got Chadwick Boseman as Black Panther. The lady who plays Michonne in The Walking Dead is in there as part of the Warrior Amazon Dora Milaje protectors. Dude, there's no way this movie can fail with all that talent.
No. You know the only person that is missing is Sam Jackson. If Nick Fury doesn't come back in this movie, even if it's in the credits, like he's the only black character in the MCU that isn't in this movie, or at least that hasn't been mentioned in this movie. Right.
At all, yeah.
This is a good. I mean, I'd like to see Ving Rhames. I think it's a Ving Rhames away from being a blacksploitation film.
True.
You know, back when you had Dolomite and Shaft and everything like, and there was a part of me. They went that direction with Luke Cage. Luke Cage is kind of a modern day adaptation to that.
Definitely.
And I was interested to see if maybe they hinted. I mean, it wouldn't be the right direction for Black Panther by any means, but it'd be. I was interested. I'm still interested because all we got was a teaser. I'm interested to see if there's any nod to that at all in this.
To Luke Cage or to the blaxploitation?
To the blaxploitation. If there's any nod to that at all in Black Panther, just because of the cast and you know what I mean, and the history involved in Black cinema with that. I don't know that I want to see it, but I'd be interested to see if they did it. You know what I mean? As opposed to that.
Not necessarily in this movie, but a nod, just a slight nod.
Yeah, like wouldn't be bad. I don't know that I want it. I don't know that it needs it. Not that it needs to be in there, but I'd be interested to see if they did it. Like, okay, if they did it, and then how did they do that? Because that's one of the things that came out to me when I realized who the cast was. I'm like, man, this is pretty good. I wonder if they're gonna nod out to this at any point, because it's got to be an inspiration to. Yeah, at least you would hope it's an inspiration to why these people, why they got into Hollywood in the first place. Right. Oh yeah, I saw all these Black characters and I said, hey, I could do that. You know what I mean? Like that's what wanted to get me into comedy. I saw all these Hispanic comics doing it. I was like, hey, these people like me, I can do this. I don't do the same jokes they do. I'm not talking about, oh, white people do this and Hispanics do that. That's not what I'm doing. But they definitely inspired me to get into what I'm doing. You know what I mean? So that'd be interesting to see if there was any nod to that, I think.
Slight, I wouldn't mind. I don't need a whole thing about it because we have Luke Cage.
Yeah. Luke Cage was definitely without a question. With to the music, to the production. Black Panther would be interesting to see if they did it.
Yeah. And another thing, how I like how it started off with Everett Ross and Ulysses Claw.
Yeah.
The interrogation room. That lets you know off the back, this is in the MCU. The last time you seen Claw was in Age of Ultron when he got his hand chopped off. And the last time you seen Everett Ross was in Civil War.
Yeah.
Bringing that all together and say, hey, this is part of the MCU. This is what's going to go down. And I liked it. I liked every minute of it.
I've always wondered if Ulysses Claw, after he loses his arm, if he goes on to become Dr. Claw in the Inspector Gadget cartoons.
The conspiracy
this is how we link the universes up. Next thing you know, Ulysses Claw will be starring alongside Matthew Broderick in the next live action.
Inspector Gadget. Note, I seen that movie when I was in Jamaica.
Oh,
I don't know why we went to go see that. Why would that be the movie
you see in Jamaica?
Yo, I don't know. We were in Jamaica. Let's go to the movie.
Not Stella got a groove band.
Not even Shutters.
Cool Runnings.
No. We saw Inspector Gadget. I was like, all right, yeah. Let's and then we got Jerk Chicken after, so I was cool with it. But it sets it up right. It lets you know this is in the MCU. I really like the casting of Michael B. Jordan. People are a little confused because my man was in the failed Fantastic Four movie. And I get it. It's different studios. I honestly think that is dead now.
And what confirms that is the fact that Josh Brolin is doing Thanos and then he's doing Cable. Exactly. And you know what? People were up in arms about that, but it's been announced for a while that Michael B. Jordan was doing this. And it seemed like everybody forgot about that until that trailer came up.
Right.
And it was like, oh.
You know what's crazy? When I got the news that Ryan Coogler was directing, I was like, they gotta find a role for my man Michael B. Jordan now.
Because they both got big off each other. What was it?
Creed and Fruitvale Station.
Fruitvale Station, that's what it was.
I'm like, there has to be a role in the short. Like right after that, Michael B. Jordan's in it.
I love that Michael B. Jordan is doing everything different. Like he's doing, he's not allowing himself to be typecast. He is accepting roles that take him to different places, and he's knocking them out of the park, man. It's exciting to see that this generation finally has a Michael Jordan. It's nice to see. What I would really love to see, because they've already they released some photos from Infinity War where it's got Black Panther, Black Widow, and Captain America with each other. And they kind of, it seemed like they were kind of implying that there's a little bit of relationship already, which we already know that Steve Rogers is trusting T'Challa. Mm-hmm. He's already trusted T'Challa to watch after Bucky, so we know that's a thing. Mm-hmm. Maybe it'll come up in this movie, but I don't know that it would need to until maybe like the end in a credit scene or something.
Yeah, a credit scene definitely. I don't need to see Captain America, Black Widow, nor Bucky in this.
The thing is, with Captain America's shield being made out of vibranium and that being a huge part of this plot, it seems like, I would be surprised if he didn't show up at some point.
Like I said, definitely after credit, you want to make him a shield, whatever, give Bucky a new arm, vibranium arm, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I think, like I said, I don't think that's like, it kind of like my blaxploitation nod. I don't know that I need it, but I could also see how it would be justified. Right. What I really want is Chris Evans and Michael B. Jordan on screen together, just so we can have both Johnny Storms on scene, not being Johnny Storm, but still being Marvel characters. And I want there to be a nod to that. Like, you know, like Chris Evans looks at him and is like, I feel like you used to be me. You know what I mean? Like I want that to be shot. I want that to kind of like Deadpool. Like everybody's saying, oh, Wolverine needs to be in Deadpool 2. I don't want Wolverine in Deadpool 2, but I want Hugh Jackman in Deadpool 2.
Yes.
And I want Hugh Jackman to be Hugh Jackman. And I want Ryan Reynolds, I want Deadpool to run into Hugh Jackman as Wade Wilson. I want Wade Wilson to run into Hugh Jackman and say, I feel like I owe you a lot, but I don't know why. And just some nod to that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I feel like we know each other. Or like he punches him like, you know what this is for. And he's just like, I want that to be a thing.
That would be dope.
And the fact that they do have humor in those movies, I really hope that that's something they do. I hope that I'm not the only one who wants to see this. And I hope that the other people that want to see that work in these studios. And it's just going to make it happen.
Hope they're listening.
Yeah, please. If anyone in Hollywood accidentally clicked on this for whatever reason, please heed our words. Give us what we want.
For real. Yeah. But I can't get enough of the Black. I think I've watched it maybe 20 times. I'm not gonna lie. And what's keeping me coming back as well is the music to the trailer.
Music was definitely the music really kicked in for me because to me, when I'm watching the teaser or anything, it's always kind of background noise. Mm-hmm. When it really stood out for me is when they released the Black Panther logo at the end and they had the lights coming out. And that's what made me wonder about the blaxploitation. Just because of the way they revealed that logo, it felt like Shaft.
That could be what I mean?
That's what got me on that train of thinking. Yeah, but that's also when I noticed the music because they had like when the lights were twinkling down, they kind of had that.
The shimmering.
Yeah, when they had shimmer, they kind of had the beat to match that. Mm-hmm. And that's when I really went back and listened to the music for the whole thing. I said, wow, this really hits.
Run the Jewels.
Run the Jewels. Group I've heard of for I don't know how long. And you just told me, who's in it?
Killer Mike.
Killer Mike. I had no idea Killer Mike was
no fucking idea it was him.
Most people don't even know who Killer Mike is outside of the interview he did with Bernie Sanders.
Right?
Yeah. People forget that he raps.
Yeah, it's because I've listened to the actual track. The track is actually dope.
Yeah. You listen. You showed it to me when I came in.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd heard of Run the Jewels. Mm-hmm. I knew that was like a newer rap group, but my relationship with hip hop isn't what it used to be. So when I hear about new groups, I'm not in any real rush.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. When I saw the name, and I'm like, all right. A couple people, like, oh, you should listen. They're pretty good. Like, yeah, you're the same person that gave me Lil Uzi. And
yeah, it's hard to trust people now.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
They make their own beats too. Run the Jewels.
Damn, that's crazy.
Talented guys.
So since the trailer dropped, I've been listening to their music. They are actually dope.
Yeah, you showed me it was Killer Mike and the white dude. I don't know who the white dude is, but he looks like a Scott Storch that didn't fail in life.
Yeah. You know? That's what he looks like.
Like if Scott Storch didn't become a huge failure, this is what he would look like.
That's what he looks like. Yeah,
I was kind of blown away by that. And like listening to the actual song, I was like, oh, okay. So now I have to add Run the Jewels to my Spotify.
Yeah, the video
and really go back into this.
The video itself is dope too, but I'm like I said, the trailer is black straight on through. Apart from the beginning of the trailer, shit is super black.
The only white people in the movie are at the beginning of the trailer. Mm-hmm. That's the only time you see them.
Yeah, that's no offense, whatever. I don't need to see any other white people in the movie. I'm good. This is set in Africa, an African king. Let it be what it is. Yeah. I'm cool with that.
You nailed it. Like the music in that, and that's what I like about trailers like this. That they are kind of opening people up to newer music because I mean that's what Luke Cage is. I never heard of Jidenna before he had that.
You never heard of Jidenna?
No, well, I mean I had heard of him, but I don't only ever
Classic Man.
Yeah, I had only ever heard of Classic Man, and I was like, this is not anybody I'm going to listen to.
Jidenna,
but then he had Hail to the Chief.
Yeah. Long Live the Chief. Yeah.
Long Live the Chief. On Luke Cage, and I was like, who the hell is this?
Yeah.
And he was like, the way he was dressed, and I was like, okay, I can get down with this. I can get down with somebody, like a dapper dress like that. Okay, cool. Who is this? Oh, it's Jidenna. That's just, yo. He can spit like that.
Yeah,
Holy
bro.
shit! I thought he was just classic, man.
That's what everybody calls him.
You know what I mean? I thought that
Classic
was all
man.
he had. I know he had actual lyrical abilities. Holy
It's
shit!
dope. He signed to you like Janelle Monáe? Janelle Monáe. He
Yeah,
signed. He signed to
I
her
read.
record
I
label.
read into it. Yeah,
She's amazing.
yeah, she is.
Tightrope.
Yeah, Tightrope. What was it? Arc Android. That album is so different and
Yeah.
is so dope to me.
Yeah, no. She's been everything she's done. She's knocking out of the park.
Yeah.
I want her to become Lauryn Hill without the breakdown at some point in her career.
Yes.
But speaking of Lauryn Hill, we've got some more music coming out. Lauryn Hill's actually touring with Nas right now.
Yeah. They're doing. I don't know. I want it to be called the "If I Rule the World" tour. I
Yes.
don't know if it is, but that would be. They're on tour. Which leads me to believe, and a lot of people are speculating that Nas is dropping some sort of an album this summer.
They should
It's-
do an album together.
That's another.
I
That's
would
another rumor.
love-
To see that.
That's another rumor that they're doing an album together. I don't know.
I don't know that I need an album of them together. I would like to see them do a couple of songs together again. I mean, the thing, let's be real, they only had one track together,
Yeah.
and it just happens to be the most classic track that Nas put out. Okay, let me take that back. Maybe not the most classic track, but it's definitely the one that put him in the popular conversation.
Okay.
People who had never heard of Nas before heard of Nas through that track,
Yeah.
If I Ruled the World. And Lauryn Hill was a big part of that because she was big with the Fugees at the time. So
You know.
I don't know that I need a whole album of them
I don't
together because
know.
that seems kind of gimmicky. That seems kind of Ja Rule and J-Lo. You know what I mean?
Throne.
But that's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't think because the type of artist that Lauren is, I feel it would be organic. I feel it would be something that is well planned, well thought out. None of the two of them do anything just to do it. You know
That's
that.
true.
You know that. So if they put out an album together, and because she's only had that one album, granted it's amazing. I still listen to it to this day. She only has that one album.
Yeah.
This, not counting the Fuji stuff, it's just that. So I wouldn't mind having them both do a full album together.
And for Nas to do a whole album with Lauryn Hill, because you're right, she's not gonna do anything that she doesn't feel good about.
Right.
And Lauryn Hill is kind of like, I kind of compare her to the Andre 3000 on a woman's team because she does some off the wall stuff. She likes doing different things and experimenting with her sound.
Yeah.
And Nas doesn't. Nas is pretty much classic hip hop.
Right.
Not that it's a bad thing. That's
Right,
not to say anything against him. It's just like he knows his sound, and I don't see him being as willing to be as experimental as Lauryn Hill is.
But that's the thing.
But Nas actually surprised me here recently. Nas, there's this music anthology coming out called On the Road Again, music from American Epic. And it's kind of taking like real classic old time, like old Americana music sounds. You're talking about like old blues, old jazz, bluegrass music, like old American folk music. And they're putting modern twists on them. And Nas has a track on it. The name of the track is called On the Road Again. And it's totally a different thing than I've ever heard from Nas. It's not anything or any sound that I've heard him coming back. It's not the greatest. It's not a new If I Rule the World by any means. But it's definitely a good sign that he's willing to experiment and play with different sounds as far as putting content out. And even Nasty on his last album kind of did the same thing because that's him rapping a lot faster, on a much different level than I've heard before. I know he did it. He had that one song before with Genuine, I think way back in the day.
You owe me.
Yeah. And that,
Yeah.
it was kind of he had kind of that same cadence, but it was the early 2000s, and no one's proud of the music that came. Whether it's You Owe Me or Sugar Ray, nobody's proud of the music that was being put out back then. But yeah, hearing this new track, remembering Nasty. Nas has been stepping out of his comfort zone a little bit. So to hear that that's in the air and that might be happening with Lauryn Hill, I'm a little more optimistic. I'm a little more optimistic towards the idea that it might happen.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Whether it's a joint album, whether it's a Nas album, whether it's a Nas album here or a Lauryn Hill album there, I'll take it. Good music is good music.
It's only rumored that the album's coming out though. Nothing's been confirmed.
Nas has been confirming this album for a couple years, since the last album, actually. And the last album came out in 2012. So, I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. I'm always up for a good Nas verse, a good Nas album. I like Life is Good. Life is Good came out the year my son was born. So that's how I like listening to that takes me back to when my wife was pregnant with him, and
Right.
we did a maternity photo shoot, and I was playing music from that. Like that album holds a special place in my heart because of the time frame it was in.
Right.
And it was still good. Another big artist who's very, this is a rumor. Nobody knows what's going on.
Right.
Jay-Z is supposed to be dropping something before this, during the summer or a little after the summer. We don't know yet. What's speculating this is things popping up on Instagram with him leaving the studio with Swiss Beats. Swiss Beats saying, "Oh, Hove is in album mode." Then you get these videos and photos of Jay in Jamaica with Damian Jr. Gong Marley, who Nas has done an album with, Distant Relatives.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Great album.
Phenomenal album.
Another reason that another example of Nas stepping out of his comfort zone and
Right.
doing something different.
Right. So it's
I might need to rethink my idea of Nas now that we're having this conversation.
Yeah, no, he's so, again, another legend, another New Yorker. I would take a Jay verse any day. However, I don't want to hear a Jay, and I don't want to hear another Jay and Future song. I don't want to hear Jay on a track with 21 Savage. I just need Jay-Z. Just spit. Give me Reasonable Doubt. Can't Knock the Hustle type flow. Give me Feeling It off of Reasonable Doubt. I need that. I need that type of vibe right now. He put out Magna Carta Holy Grail back in 2013.
Yeah.
It was a decent album. It's not one of the greatest. It's not one of the worst. It was just All right, cool. I got this J fix. I'll rock with it. But yeah, it's the rumored name is 444. Not sure what the fuck that means. But
Well, wasn't that the name of his? Didn't he have a club or a bar?
4040.
4040.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
4040.
Right,
So 444's him and his wife has this obsession with 4. They're both born on the 4th of their respective months. Their daughter's name is Blue Ivy. 4.
Ah,
You know what I mean? They
the
have this big-
conspiracy theory is strong.
So they got this thing with the number 4. Another reason why I'm believing it more is because he's doing a festival at the end of the summer, Made in America.
Is he hosting
He's
with Ja
headlining.
Rule?
Oh fuck no!
Don't buy these tickets. It's a trap.
Don't do it.
It's a trap.
Don't do it at all. Oh my god, that fire.
No, wait, before we get sued by Jay-Z, no, he has nothing to do with the Fire Festival.
At
I
all.
doubt Ja Rule has anything to do with this. I don't think they've had anything to do with each other since It's Murder.
Fucking Ja Rule. Somebody call Ja.
But yeah, no, it's interesting to see that these, Nas and Jay-Z are both on tour. They're both doing a lot more. They're both a lot more active. Nas doing the experience on that one album.
Mm-hmm.
Jay-Z's putting a lot of content out. It's fun to speculate that, hey, maybe this is happening.
I need it because like I said, no Jay full album since 2013. No Nas full album since 2012.
Yeah.
My only thing right now is and it's not even an if at this point. Jay's album's gonna be strictly on Tidal.
Yeah.
That's
unless
it.
you have Tidal, you're not listening.
You're not listening to it. And let me tell you something right now. If I have to create another fucking email address to get a month of free music, I'm gonna shoot somebody. I'm not. Fuck it. I'm not scared to admit it. I'm a Beyonce fan. Okay. I got the goddamn free month of Tidal to listen to the Lemonade album. Great album. Haven't heard it in a year because this shit is still on Tidal and my subscription is up.
Well, there's big news on that too. As far as being exclusive to something, Taylor Swift is coming back to Spotify.
I just heard that right before she The funny thing is, and I don't know how we're talking about fucking Taylor Swift when we're just talking about hip hop, but apparently they say, oh, she released it the same weekend as Katy Perry released her album for competition.
I didn't know they were beefing. I had no idea white people had beef.
The fuck? What are y'all beefing about?
I don't even know.
Who can dance the weirdest? Like, what the fuck is? I
haven't even brought myself to look it up. 'Cause I don't care that much. Now, if you would have told me that Jay-Z and Nas had some beef, I'd be on Google, I'd be on World Star, I'd be everywhere trying to figure it out. Somebody told me, oh yeah, Katy Perry and Taylor Swift are beefing. Okay, no, they're not, because neither one of them understand what the word beef really means.
Exactly.
And if you're saying that they're beefing, neither do you. All right, there's no beef. I promise you, it's probably a simple misunderstanding. Which, let's be real, most hip hop beefs or also simple misunderstandings.
Absolutely.
But no. Somebody told me that. I'm like, I don't care. Oh, well, she released it the same way. I don't care.
Nobody gives a
Oh,
shit.
oh, so that means all the white people are listening to music, not just the Katy Perry fans, not just the Taylor Swift fans. Every 13-year-old white girl in America right now is listening to some new album. Fantastic.
Exactly. Listen, I'm still holding a grudge with Taylor Swift because of that whole Kanye shit. Fuck Taylor Swift. That's my words on that.
Keep saying that. She's gonna write a song about you.
That's
how she does it.
That's exactly how she does. Fuck Taylor Swift. I don't give a shit about her. But yeah, she took her music off. Now it's back on everywhere. My thing, when you put your music and your content exclusively on one of these many streaming sites, you fuck it up for the fans. I'm a music head at heart. I love music. I listen to everything except for gospel. Sorry. I can't see me paying $10 for Google Play Music, $10 for Apple Music, $10 for Tidal, or $20 for Tidal if you want that hi-fi bullshit. No. Put your shit out everywhere. I shouldn't have to subscribe to different things to get your album. I'm going to be paying $50, $60 a month in music subscriptions just because you don't want to put your music everywhere else. That's not fair to the fans.
Yeah, no, but it's the artist trying to make money off of it because nobody's buying albums anymore. Nobody's buying hard copy CDs or cassette tapes. For those of you who remember what a cassette and a pencil have in common, they're getting literally pennies off of each of these downloads or streamings. So I get why they're doing it. They're trying to control their revenue stream, but you want more money, if you want more fish, you cast a bigger net. If you want more money off the streams, you stream it everywhere possible. No,
but you know what they're doing? So Drake is with Apple Music, not signed to Apple Music. He just had a deal with Apple Music, $20 million. Release your album on Apple Music exclusively for the first week. I'm cool with that.
Yeah,
because
that's fine.
The next week I get the album on Google Play, so I'm straight.
He made $20 million, and I still get to listen to. Well, I still get to ignore Drake's albums. Now I get to ignore his albums on multiple platforms. I just don't have to worry about him popping up on Spotify for a week.
I get it. That works. Do that. Chance did it. Drake did it.
Make your money, boo boo.
Do that. I'm cool with that. But again, Beyonce leaving her album on Tidal over a year at this point, that's not fair to your fans.
Yeah.
And then when people are saying, "Oh, if you're a true fan, you'll get Tidal." No, nigga, I already got Google Play. I'm not gonna go to fucking Tidal.
I got Spotify, which has almost every song ever recorded in the history of sound. But you're telling me that I have to get this other subscription just for this artist? No. No, you know what? I live paycheck to paycheck. You know what I mean? I know that's not a thing people are supposed to admit, but I admit it. I don't have the money to be blowing on all these other different music streaming services just because you want to be, you only want to release it on one service.
It's not fair to the fans. So that's our message. Fuck Taylor Swift, and please
make your music available.
Make your music available, Beyonce.
All right. Well, I think we're gonna take a small break, and when we come back, we're gonna change the world. Stay tuned.
I gotta take a shit. Our Twitter handle is currently at NoDadJokes with a Z.
Yeah, and the reason for this atrocity is because NoDadJokes with an S is currently being held hostage by some limp dick shit stained bastard.
Oh, hey, whoa! Just remember your pressure points.
I'm sorry, everybody.
All right.
I apologize.
Seems as though a fellow tweeter has NoDadJokes with an S and hasn't tweeted in about 2 years. We're trying to get Twitter's attention to go ahead and get this released for us.
Yeah, and that's where you all come in. Hashtag release the S on all your tweets, all your social media posts, and let's see if we can't get Twitter's attention and get them to give us the handle that we rightfully deserve.
Support the cause.
Release the S.
And we're back. What's going on, guys? So we got a little topic that Jay is super passionate about.
I am.
Let,
I is.
let us know.
So tonight we record Sundays for those people that are just finding us. We record Sundays, and tonight is actually the 71st Tony Awards. Everybody knows about the Academy Awards of the Oscars. Everybody knows about the Golden Globes. Everybody knows about the Emmys. A lot of people don't know about the Tonys, and the Tonys go out to Broadway musicals. It's basically Oscar night for Broadway. And growing up, I loved musicals. My first exposure to it was on PBS. I saw Fiddler on the Roof, in the old 70s version of it, and I just fell in love with that whole style of storytelling. And I've always liked Broadway musicals since then. I've always enjoyed Cats. I had an 8th grade English teacher who used to be a Broadway critic, and he introduced me to, at the time, Rent was just coming out. So, and it really kind of re-inspired that in me. Problem is, I grew up in a neighborhood where liking musicals wasn't exactly smiled upon.
You got your ass whooped.
I got my ass whooped a lot because I started singing Rent songs and other Broadway music, like, things from, oh man, why am I drawing a blank on this all of a sudden?
Like Pippin?
No, not people. I'm talking about when I was a kid. What was John Travolta in?
Oh, Grease.
Grease. Why the fuck couldn't I remember Grease just now?
Oh, no, bro.
I'm such a musical theater geek. I forgot Grease.
Shame.
I'm about to hand my card back in. But no, like Cats, Grease, Phantom of the Opera. I always enjoyed. There's my relationship with those, with the movie adaptations to a lot of them, but then the actual stage productions. I always fell in love with that, and it was hard for me to really embrace that or actually do anything about that interest because I didn't want my ass kicked coming home from school. You know what I mean? So, now I find myself in a situation where I'm trying to encourage my son to not necessarily like musicals. If it's not his thing, it's not his thing. But I'm more aware of the fact that I want him to like what he likes and not worry about what other people think about it. Because now that I'm an adult and I don't give a damn what other people think, there's no telling what potential I could have done or what I'd be doing differently if I was able to pursue something. You know what I mean? Like, there's always that living life in the rear view. Like, what if I could have done this? What if I'd had that opportunity? What if I would have done this differently? And I don't want my son to have that. So it's a hard position to be where I'm encouraging him to like what you like. Don't worry about what other kids think is cool. Don't worry about what, other kids are telling you to listen to or be into or like, because at the end of the day, what you like is what you like and it doesn't really matter. So I don't know if that's something you've had to deal with or anything you're currently facing. I know you watch wrestling with your daughter. That's
amazing.
That's fun.
I don't know. I never really, growing up in New York, I always see the commercials for Cats and Lion King and shows on Broadway.
Let me ask you that real quick then, because I grew up in Miami, where Broadway was a distant dream and a dumb one. What was it like growing up in New York, where Broadway was just across the bridge? If you were in Brooklyn, Broadway's just I could see the lights from here.
Right.
What was there? Was it not necessarily? I don't want to say smiled on, but did you get made fun of as much for it if you were into that kind of stuff?
To be honest, no. Me personally, I've always been me. I always like what I like. I can't like what you like because I don't like it. You know what I mean? So if I liked a certain thing, that's me. Okay, so like right now, I like Pokemon. I still play Pokemon. I am a grown-ass man, and I will wait on that line for that game. I don't give a shit. So I've never been one to like, oh, no, they don't think it's cool, so I'm not going to do it. But as far as, Broadway, I like musicals. Disney musicals is what I've been on, so the Beauty and the Beast, the Little Mermaids,
Aladdin, all that stuff. Yeah,
all
those
that
are all
stuff.
musicals. Yeah,
I was cool with it. Everybody in my little circle was cool with it, so I didn't feel pressure to not to say, oh, you shouldn't like that, or oh, that's for this, or this is for that side, or this is for girls. No, but in regards to like Broadway musical, my first Broadway musical that I actually went to was Chicago with my grandmother. Not sure how we got the tickets. I don't understand what random day she came to me and said, let's go see Chicago. But we went. I fell in love with it. The musical was amazing. The songs were great. The performances were great. One thing made me do it, though. One of the actresses had the fattest asses I've ever seen in my life.
And that's how you reel in an audience.
And yeah, and I was like, oh my God. Straighten my glasses, I was like, this is interesting. I remember, and from that day forward, Chicago has become my favorite musical of all time. I watched the movie. I've seen it a couple of different times. Haven't seen her since, but I owe it all to her for getting me into that particular musical.
You see what I got into it, the one that really got me in. I mean, Fiddler on the Roof was interesting to me because I had never seen anything like that. But West Side Story, because these were all white people acting like Puerto Ricans, so I could kind of relate to that because I'm Hispanic but I look white, and I'm half white, so I kind of related to that a little bit. And I always joke around with, like, I learned a lot about West Side Story. I learned it, one, it's Romeo and Juliet, set to music and dance fighting. And I always wanted to box, but it's really hard to snap your fingers with the boxing gloves on. You know what I mean? Like, I know how to fight. I learned how to fight off that movie. I got my ass kicked a lot, which is why I didn't admit to liking Broadway musicals so often. But yeah, what I loved about it is that they do tell stories that you don't see in mainstream media because they have that avenue. They're not under such a spotlight where they can take more risks. Right. Whereas West Side Story is a Hispanic take on Beauty and the Beast. Fiddler on the Roof is about a Jewish community. You know what I mean? Like, these are minorities. Minority communities that are having the stories told. Fences is a great one. You know what I mean? James Earl Jones was doing it. Denzel did it on stage, and they just did a film adaptation to it. So these are stories, and you got Hamilton. Written by
that was really good, actually.
Lin Miranda. Mm-hmm. You have an urban telling of the American, founding of America. It's, these are stories you're not going to see anywhere else. Right. So I'm happy that I got into them. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to take you off though. So like with you and your kids.
No. So like I said, Disney musicals is my shit. Moana, who was actually, I think a lot of the music was written by the person that did Hamilton. Yeah. That soundtrack is amazing. I play I play that at least twice a week in my house, in my car, whether my kids are with me or not. You know what I mean? It's all in regards to liking what you like. And like I said, in New York, it's not, I never had to deal with, this is not for you. My dad, my mom, my family raised us, hey, like what you like, be proud of it. That's what you like, all right, cool. I'll support you. So, sorry you had to grow up in Miami.
Yeah, I get that. My parents were more like, what do you mean you like something? Do you like something? No, you don't like anything. Clean the room.
Yeah. So it is hard.
Mil veces mierda, cojones, lávate el culo. Yeah, that's all I got.
This nigga just went to a whole nother. Anyway.
Sorry, we got bilingual. I had a moment, guys. I'm back. I'm speaking English, I promise.
But you got a point. How do you get your kids to really go with what they're like? My eldest daughter, she's into Doctor Who. She's into me and her got into Harry Potter because she's into anything having to deal with the UK. That's her thing. Anything. It doesn't matter what it's about. So me and her watch every Harry Potter episode, movie, the Fantastic Beasts movies. We got sorted into houses for Harry Potter. That's her thing. She went as far as to wear her Slytherin cardigan to school on Slytherin Pride Day. So, me being the dad that I am, when it was Ravenclaw Pride Day for me, I wore my Ravenclaw colors and wore it proudly. Because I have to show them that you have to be proud of whatever you like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's it's not easy. She's going into high school now. She's going to be peer pressured into whatever other things that are going on. But you just have to instill in them, be your own person, be your best version of you, and that's it.
Yeah, and see, that's where I'm getting into it with my son. He's 12. He's going into middle school next year. And I can definitely see there's a shift in what he likes and what is influencing what he likes. Because when he was a little kid, we used to jam out to the Black Keys in my car. He always wanted to learn how to play the drums because of the Black Keys. But now, it's not cool to like that kind of music at his age, I guess. So now when you ask him, why do you want to learn to play drums? Oh, because Nick Cannon played it in Drumline. You ain't never watched Drumline. I know you haven't ever watched Drumline. Somebody fed this to him, So like I find him doing the things that I was doing back then.
Right.
Justifying your interest, but making it more palatable for the people around you. And I know palatable is a big word for most people. Look it up. This beaner is not dumbing down for anyone. But so I'm trying to figure out how do I encourage it, because I didn't have that growing up like you did. You're fortunate. I didn't have that where I was. I didn't have that encouragement. It was like, and drum sets are expensive. I want to support him, but holy shit.
Amazon, bro. Amazon.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get him a guitar, and that's the thing. I don't know how to play the
I want to be a drummer. I got a guitar.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe once this picks up and we get sponsors and we make millions off of this podcast, I'll hire David Grohl to give my son some music lessons. I won't let him teach him how to shoot a shotgun, because we all saw how that ended up.
Oh man.
Yeah, I said it. That's right, I said it. People don't pay attention to the clues. It wasn't Courtney Love. It wasn't Kurt Cobain. It was that skinny kid playing the drums in the back of the Unplugged set, looking at Kurt Cobain. Why don't we sing any of my songs, Kurt? Shotgun plus Kurt Cobain was the best thing to happen to David Grohl. And listen to the signs. It's there. I got another confession to make. Yeah. The way that song originally ended, it was me. That's how it went. Nobody knows that. It was edited out. They told him it wasn't a good look.
Oh, man.
But, yeah.
You're right.
Hopefully my son, I'm able to get him off on that path like your parents got you.
Yeah, no, and so my my youngest daughter, she's her through and through. She gets because I would I take her to school in the morning, dresses herself. She's 11. The shit that she comes out of that room with is ridiculous. A tie, a sweatshirt, some knee-high socks, and some cut-off jeans. I was like, that's what we doing today? That's how you gonna leave the house? That's on purpose. She's like, yeah. I was like, all right, I'm cool with it. You cool with it? Yeah. All right, cool. Let's go in the car. Hey.
Is this gonna get you sent home?
Yeah, as long as listen, we get the okay when you get out the car because his little teachers is there. She was good. All right, go ahead. Hey, you want to do it? She came out with these. She had I picked her up from I think it was her friend's house, and she had these glasses on. Nigga, I ain't buying you no glasses. Where you get these glasses from? Oh, this is me. This is my fashion statement. Stop right there. Just get in the car. I'm not gonna argue with you.
See, you let that go. I would have kept going. No. You're not understanding my question. I did not buy you those glasses. Who gave them to you? Who are you kissing? Who you making out with?
Whoa.
What? See, that's why I don't have a daughter. I never could have a daughter because I didn't buy you those glasses. Tell me you don't have a sugar daddy, because I'm gonna have to catch a body, and I can't afford to go back to prison.
You're going way too far. Don't get a daughter.
Yeah. I wouldn't be able to. I have a stepdaughter, and I have a semi-stepdaughter. I got 3 nieces, and they all got me wrapped around their finger. It'd be bad if I had a daughter. Oh, I'd be whipped real bad.
Yeah.
I'd walk out in the morning like, morning, baby. Hey, daddy. Hey, boo. Who's my bitch, daddy? Aw, I'm your bitch, baby. And I'd be happy. I would be happy to be a bitch.
Trust me, they do it to you, man. My daughter, they definitely do have me wrapped around their finger. They can probably do no wrong. It's my son that gets his ass whooped. But yeah, no, she's unapologetically herself 24/7, and she doesn't care. And I love that about her. She doesn't. She would put on what she wants. She listens to what she wants. I had a proud parent moment. I was listening to Scenario by Tribe Called Quest.
Okay.
In the house. Just random. We get in the car. She was like, oh, Dad, put on that song you were listening to with the Dungeon Dragon. I was like, talking about Scenario? Bro, she loves old school hip hop.
Nice.
And I'm like, you like that shit? Yeah, she loves old school hip hop. She jams out to whatever I'm rocking with in the car. No, bro, she likes all that shit, which is it's dope to me. Probably shouldn't be listening to some of that shit once again. However,
it's gotta be better. It's better than what my son's listening to.
What's that?
What do you call it when it's hip hop that sounds like the MC is deep throating the microphone? Mumble rap. Yeah, that's what my son listens to.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it sounds like he's like, this is hip hop. I'm like, he sounds like he's getting the microphone off.
He told you this is hip hop?
Yes.
I hope you sat him down.
I did. No, okay. So my son, I had to text him. So he wanted Beats for his birthday, and I told him, I'm not getting you Beats. I'm not spending that much money on headphones that sound like shit. For that, we can get you some Skull Candies or some JBLs that are way cheaper and sound much better. And I told him the only reason Beats are popular is because Colin Kaepernick and Dr. Dre are wearing them. And that's when my son said, hold up, Pop. Hold on. I know who Colin Kaepernick is. I said, little motherfucker, don't you finish your sentence. Who is Dr. Dre? And that's when I had a moment. I said, put your mom on the fucking phone because she's not raising him right. I almost called DCF. How does my son not know who Dr. Dre is? And she said, oh, he doesn't know. I sent my 11-year-old son a link to Nothing But a G Thing. Now, I don't know if that's appropriate. I don't know if that's what I should have done. But when he saw Snoop Dogg, that was his takeaway. He's like, oh, this is Snoop Dogg. I'm like, you know Snoop Dogg, but you don't know Dr. Dre. And that was a moment I showed my son. And he listened to this. He's like, yeah, this is okay. I was like, what do you mean this is okay? No. And I said no for like a week. It's like I had a stroke. It's just what happened. He called me, no. I'm shaking. I'm convulsing.
Nah, man, you gotta introduce him to the classics before they get to this new shit. Like my son, he has his moments. He was running around the house singing The Final Countdown, but saying The Final Downtown. I'll take it. He discovered We Will Rock You. I'm cool with that.
I grew up on Queen.
Yeah.
I wish my son would get into Queen.
Yeah. He knows of rock and roll because he asked for that by name now. Mm-hmm. Cool. But then he fucks you up and runs around the house listening to this fucking Young Thug song called Digits. I promise you I don't know what the song is about. I don't know if it's positive or negative because I don't know what he's saying at all.
And you can't find lyrics to these songs because no one transcripting them knows
no
what
one
he's
knows,
saying.
And I think I know why he likes it because they speak the same fucking language. He can barely speak, and Young Thug is not saying shit. So that's why he's on some. He's running out money for like a week now. I was like, Jesus Christ, I need to do better. I gotta do better. I have to do better.
Well, if you guys have any ideas, if you guys are raising kids and you have any ideas on how to encourage them to like what they like and to be unapologetically them, write in, let us know. Hit us up on Facebook. Hit us up on Instagram, NoDadJokes. Hit us up on Twitter with NoDadJokes with a Z.
Stay calm.
Stay
calm. Stay calm.
NoDadJokes with a Z. The grammar Nazi in me will not permit this to stand, but it's what we have to work with, and there will be. People, if you're going to have a Twitter account, use it. That's all I'm going to say. That's where I'm leaving it.
All right.
That's how we're taking this out.
You got it?
And I'm done. I'm not going to get... I told myself I wouldn't get worked up.
Don't do it. Remember your pressure.
No dad jokes. Matter of fact, you know what? NoDadJokes@gmail.com. We don't want any dad... We make it a concerted effort not to have dad jokes on this show, but send us your favorite dad jokes along with any tips you got. We'll talk about it. And I think that's about all we got for today.
Yeah, should be.
Bro, you got anything coming up? Anything you want to share?
Nah, I just want to say Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Enjoy that day. Do nothing at all.
I'm gonna start celebrating like your father did.
Yeah,
I think that's what I've been doing wrong my entire life.
Bro, he's the king of that shit. Definitely. What you got coming up?
I've got a couple of things coming up. For Brevard County area, Florida, if you want to catch me, I am going to be at Copper Chimney in Palm Bay on Saturday, June 24th. That show starts at 8 p.m. I will be co-headlining with other local comic Duncan J. Come check that out. Support live comedy. Come shake our hands. Say hi. Let us know you heard me on the podcast and let me know that we're actually doing something worthwhile on Sunday nights.
Word.
Besides just avoiding family contact. Aside from that, that's really all I got, man.
All right. Well, this has been Pops On. I hope you guys enjoyed the show.
I'm Ben J. Alvarez. You've been listening to
Raul.
Yeah. Please no dad jokes.
Peace.
See you next week.
Thank you for listening to Pops On. Email us any questions and your best dad jokes at nodadjokes@gmail.com. For more content, please like us on Facebook at facebook.com/NoDadJokes. Follow us on Instagram at NoDadJokes and Twitter at NoDadJokes with a Z.
Yeah, we tried to get no dad jokes within us, but apparently some thing that got out of hand wanted to take it and then not post anything for 2 years on Twitter because, hey, look at me, I'll get this now, and maybe at some point I'll actually figure out how to use Twitter. Because it's not like I don't have anything else to do with my goddamn life. I'm just gonna these guys instead.
Whoa.
But
Hey, family show, man. Whoa, family.
I bet you his mother's a fucking hoe.